guys. So I had something very interesting that I wanted to share with you. And this is one of the biggest reasons why I always encourage everyone to read the ingredients of whatever you're going to consume. If it's not a whole food, and it comes in a package or a box or you didn't make it, I highly recommend that you read the ingredients. And specifically because so many food manufacturers throw in all kinds of junk. And I cannot tell you how often I hear, and I'll be honest, I used to think this myself. If the government knew or didn't think something was safe, they would never allow it to be in our food. Nothing could be further from the truth. As sad as that sounds, it's true. And I know when I say that, so many people are like, Erin, you're over dramatic. You're just, one of these conspiracy theorists. And here's the reality of it. So the FDA has a system in which they approve different ingredients or food additives, right? It's not really a way to approve them. It's called GRAS. GRAS Determine Action Process. And basically it's like an honor system. And the FDA says in this system that they have created to the manufacturing companies, we're gonna leave it up to you to notify us when you put in new additives or things that aren't commonplace on in the market. You're gonna let us know that you have looked into this, you've researched it, you know that it's safe to consume, and we'll give you our blessing. But the reality of this is the manufacturing companies don't do it. They don't have anyone to force them to do it. The FDA, if you've ever looked into it, is filled with tons of people who either used to work for food manufacturers or were politicians who were paid really heavily, lobbied by food manufacturers. So it's a very incestual organization, which ultimately does not have your best interest in mind or your health in mind. So the reason I want to share this with you is that when you're looking at the ingredients of that Bang that you're drinking, or that Twinkie that you're eating, or heaven knows whatever else, right? And you're thinking to yourself, it's not important that I know what this stuff is, because if it was unsafe, the government would never allow it to be in there. Like I said, that's just not true. The government pawns it off on the food manufacturers. Food manufacturers just pretend like they, because ultimately it comes down to economics. The value of $1 is more important to them than your long-term health. So you are the one that has to take the responsibility in being your own champion, your own advocate for your own health. And saying, well, I just didn't know, it's just not something you can do anymore. There are way too many places that we can go to find out and know what's best for us, what's healthy for us. There's just too much information out there for us to say, well, I just didn't know. And there's too many people like me who share a lot of information for free that help you to know better so that you can do better. But if you're relying on the government and their agencies to do that for you, sadly, they're not. So I want to share this information with you in hopes that you will also help me be a champion in the space as well. And obviously, spreading information like this and sharing it with our friends and our family members and those that we know helps more people know. And like I said, when we know better, we just do better, usually, right? So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, do your friends a favor, do the people that you work with a favor, and share this information with them, okay? You guys have an amazing day, and remember, pay attention to the ingredients of the foods that you are eating, right? Try and steer clear of as many of those packaged foods as possible, but when you do consume them, make sure that you understand what's in them, okay? Have a great day. Bye, guys.